Hello all Supernatural fans. Here's a video on something you really don't see every day. And this is a new purchase that I've actually had this thing here now for a couple weeks. And it's really awesome. And obviously you guys know what it is. It is the grenade launcher. I have the stock kind of right here. And I'm going to show you something here. See, that comes all the way down and locks in, and then actually let me see if I can open it with one hand. So there we go, and it locks back down this way. This is made by Penn Arms, and it is a really freaking cool thing. It was one of those things that came up. I tried buying it, and they said it was already sold, and I was like, okay, and then come to find out it wasn't sold, so they got a hold of me, and I got to purchase it. Now, I always say that I have to be the world's biggest freaking idiot because I just spent a lot of money on something that is going to set into the back of the weapons box. And I'll probably never shoot this. Well, I take that back. I'm going to try to find a few flares to shoot. But from what I've seen on YouTube, the videos, they are not that impressive. So this is a 37 millimeter. And the 37 millimeter does not shoot grenades, okay? To shoot a grenade, I believe, God, this is going back in some days here, but I think it's a 40 millimeter grenade that, that actually launches and shoots and blows up stuff. At least it was back when I was in the Marines, and that's might have changed now. I haven't messed a lot with the firearms and the armory and stuff like I used to. Just not that I don't enjoy it, it's just that I don't have the time to do it anymore. So this is a 37 millimeter and is a flare launcher. These are very expensive. I think you can buy them brand new for pretty much like $2,800 to $3,000. It's probably going to be about $3,000 when it's all said and done. That's probably your sales tax and the shipping to you. But these are used mainly by law enforcement and military as crowd control. These will shoot tear gas besides flares, and they will also shoot a rubber projectile. And civilians, meaning myself, cannot get the tear gas or the rubber projectiles, which is used for crowd control. I have no desire to have that stuff. Sorry, just not one of the things that floats my boat. Would I like to get a hold of some grenades? Absolutely, but tear gas and rubber bullets don't really do anything for me. So anyway, this is going to sit in the back of the Impala, and this is the same model that is used on Supernatural. That obviously the first time that it was used was when Dean got out of the bunker by blowing a hole into it. So on the show, it is supposed to be a grenade launcher. As if you look inside the weapons box and stuff, there are the grenades for this, and I think you actually see Dean loading it up a time or two. But it is a rotary, which means it holds 6 flares. And once you get them in, you crank this tube back counterclockwise, and then as you pull the trigger, it shoots a flare, and the drum spins to the next tube, so you can fire another round. So it's kind of like a revolver, an old, cowboy revolver, or I guess it doesn't have to be a cowboy revolver, because a cowboy would be single action, and this is double action, because double action is when you pull the trigger and then release it and pull again, it keeps firing. Cowboy guns are single action, which means once you pull the trigger, you have to cock the hammer back again to fire another round, which turns the cylinder. But this thing, when I got it, I was just very impressed with the weight on it. And the crazy thing was, here a year or so ago, I was up on set and I was playing with the original flare launcher, grenade launcher, whatever you fans want to call it. And I just forgot how heavy this thing was. So it is a very nice piece. And I have to do a couple things to make it show correct, and when that all happens, I will do a video on that. So, and then you guys will come back and be able to compare this video with the new one. But I have to get a couple pieces to make this show correct. So there is the 37 millimeter grenade launcher, as the fans like to call it, the grenade launcher, Dean's grenade launcher that he's wanted to use since the beginning of time, I think. And this was, I believe, actually seen on episode 1. It's always been in the weapons box, or as they like to say up on set, the weapons cache. So there it is. Awesome piece. I don't know if I would go out and spend $3,000 for this. I don't know if it's worth that in my book. I got it at a really good price, and I'm very blessed to have gotten it for that price. But it just sits in my collection now. And there's been a lot of people that has come to my house, my shop. A lot of people have seen my personal collection, and a lot of people get pretty amazed at it. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything. I just let people know that I get, obviously, when you see the grenade launcher sitting here, I get a little overboard sometimes, to put it slight. So, very cool piece. Been talking to a few people. When I first wanted this, I was talking to my friends up on set, the weapons department, and they were telling me about it and stuff like that, and then how much they cost, and I was like, I just don't want to spend that much money for it. But they said, well, we could do a resin copy of this, and it would be a Hollywood resin mold, and it would be off the original one that is actually used in the show. And I think they said they would be around like $400 each. And when you think about it, since they are not getting shot, used, or anything like that, $400 to set in your weapons box, and it's off the original, I think that's a pretty cool deal. So if they're, like I said, if you go back to my last video I just did on the machetes, I don't have a lot of time to do props anymore, but this might be something that I might, come up with. I don't know. Just depends. If there's a lot of interest in them, I'll probably be doing some blogs, or not blogs, but some stuff on Everything Supernatural, which is my Supernatural Facebook page. And, we'll probably have some discussions. And if there seems like a pretty big interest in it, then I'll probably carry it out a little bit further. So we'll just see how that all plays out. But like I said, is it worth $3,000? Absolutely not, and at least in my book. And like I said, I get pretty anal on stuff, but I only know of, I thought there was 3, there might be 4 of these out there in the Supernatural world. Myself having one, my 2 good buddies who I consider my brothers, Stephen Hornback and Super Dave, they each have one. And then there was another fan that just contacted me and said, oh, I have one of those too. So I know of at least 4 that are in the Supernatural collection. And like I said, they're very expensive. And are they worth it? You see, that's just one of those lines that you just don't know. And if you guys keep seeing this right here, that's the rear seat to the Branson car, the bottom cushion. So it's down here at my house, and I'm down in one of my spare rooms and doing some videos. And so anyway, I've just kind of used that as so there it is, and then the front is back over this way. I got a lot of stuff in this room. But the grenade launcher, very cool piece. Like I said, very blessed to have it. And is it my crowning jewel in my collection? No, not by any stretch of the imagination, because I think that will always be Dean's original 45. But and then of course, when I got Dean's Bakel and Sammy's PT99 and Sammy's Ethica, the all screen used and all real, and those are probably the coolest, I think. And plus, I'm a 1911 guy, so Dean's pistol is probably my crowning jewel. But this is cool. I mean, it's very cool. And I know someday when I'm driving around in my car, I'm going to get asked, to see the weapons box. And I will gladly show it. And I think this is probably what is probably going to be the fans' favorite, maybe. I don't know. There's so many cool things that's going to be in the trunk. And I got to build my weapons cache. I got to get my car started. But right now I have to take care of my customers first. And so obviously old Rick's Impala's just kind of way. It's not even on the back burner. It hasn't even made it to the kitchen yet because I got other people to take care of. But someday I'll get on it. And but when I do, I have all the pieces and stuff, guys. It's just taking care of people first. I don't want anybody to go, I've been waiting on my car for a year and here you are working on yours. So I just don't work that way. But they do take a long time to build. So anyway, there it is, guys. Dean Winchester's and Sam Winchester's 37 millimeter. We'll call it the grenade launcher for fans' sake. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something about it. Like I said, made by Penn Arms. Very, very cool weapon. And this is what sits in the back of the weapons cache. So hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'll talk to you here probably next week. And we should have some pretty cool videos that I think a lot of you guys are really going to like. So, guys, take care and talk to you soon. Bye.